Could I please have your full name?
My full name is Seyoung Park.
Okay, nice to meet you, Seon.
Yeah, nice to meet you. What's your name?
Brendan.
Brandon. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Let's start off with a good view. That is our first topic for today. What is your favorite place and why is it your favorite place?
I live near Simlim Station, and around the Simlim Station there is Borame Park. It's a small city park, and there are flowers, trees, and benches to sit on. And I like sunlight. I like sunlight in Borame Park. When I get tired, I take good exercise in Borame Park, and I get released. And sunlight, flowers, trees, benches, all give me or make me refreshed. That's why I like Borame Park.
Okay, that's very good. Do you like to take photos when you see a good view?
Usually, I take a photo when I go to Borame Park. Flowers, trees. I like to take a photo of nature. I like its peaceful mood.
Okay. Have you seen something that is unforgettable, like a really amazing scenery in your life?
Let me tell you about one of my dreams. I mean, in night, I dream some scenes, and there, I was chasing a person with a lot of flower, and I catched him, and he surrendered me. So I was inspired. So I write a short story based on the dreams, and I submit that writing to a contest. Unfortunately, I failed to get a prize, but it was unforgettable scenery in my dream.
Okay, could you describe what the scenery was like?
Actually, I quarreled with a guy, and he tried to kill me. So I chased chased him, and then I catched his neck, and then I killed him with a lot of flower.
Okay, to kill him with kindness, we would say.
The food ingredient.
Oh, okay. Oh, like flower.
Flour, a food ingredient.
Okay, that kind of one. Tell me, what is the view around your place like? Like around your house where you live? What is the view like?
That's one of disappointing point. That's one of disappointing points in Seoul, in my opinion. It's grassy, I think. The Seoul is grassy. So, as I told you, I live near Simlim Station, and around the Simlim Station, it's grassy. Yeah, I don't. So, but whenever I go, that's why I love Borame Park. I told you, around my home, it's grassy, but in Borame Park, there are many colors, red, yellow, green. That makes me refreshed.
Okay. Let's continue talking about refreshing and good mood kind of things. When is the last time you laughed at something?
Pardon?
When is the last time you laughed at something or laughed at something?
Laugh.
Like funny, haha, kind of laughing.
It's a hard time, so people hardly laugh. So I can. With my boyfriend. Whenever I am with my boyfriend, I think that we are meant for each other. So he makes me laugh, and I make him laugh. We share many jokes about a variety of topics, from sex to food, many kinds of topic, because we are very frank to each other.
Okay, well, that's very good to hear. Okay, that is enough for part 1. Let's move on to part 2. So I'll give you a minute to make notes on the topic, and then I'll let you know when the time is up, and we can start the speaking part when you are ready. So your question there is, describe a traditional product in your country. Okay, that's 1 minute. So you can let me know when you're ready and we can start the clock.
When I was a high school student, because I majored in fashion design in high school, I made a cloth for a civil officer of high class for my graduation exam, and it was made of thin but strong fabric, and it was red with black hat, and because it was for men, although I couldn't wear it, I invited one male model and let him wear the cloth, and he performed some performance with my cloth. And it was amazing, because it was an amazing experience, because I was impressed by the fact that I made it and I did it. It was a traditional product of one of traditional product called men's hanbok.
Like, from what time does the hanbok come from?
In Joseon Dynasty.
Okay.
In Joseon Dynasty, when a civil worker of high rank give a ceremony for the dead in front of king, they should wear that kind of cloth.
Okay, that's good. Let's move on to part 3.
Yeah, I see.
Where do you think children should learn about culture? At home or at school?
Culture is a mixed conclusion of home and school and society. So it's a very complicated topic. So we cannot say that children is influenced by home or school when they learn culture. But in my opinion, I think that children learn culture at home, because home is the place where children are born and started to learn the society, because a family is a kind of small society. I think that you can agree. You agree with my opinion. And before getting into school, children learn about courtesy and how to manage their body at home, and they learn how to obey the elders at home. All starts at home, I think. That's why I think that children learn culture at home, and also children children do not start to eat first from at school. They eat food. They start to eat food at home. They learn about the color and taste of food at home, not from school first. That's why I think that children learn culture at school, at home first.
Okay. Do you think people should be proud of their culture? Like, if you're Korean, to be proud of Korean culture?
Actually, I think that a man is not a reliable existence, and as you know, culture is by a man. So when we define a culture, it's a mixed type of experience. So sometimes we are proud of our culture, sometimes we are not proud of our culture. As you know, Korea was once surrendered by Japan. Whenever we remember our dark history by Japan, I think that no one is happy with it. That's why we are not proud of that history, but we have many things to boast to other foreign countries. 경복궁, 첨성대, such as, for example. But mostly I think that we should be proud of our history because our ancestors have tried to develop and promote our culture even in dark history. A dark history surrendered by Japan.
I see. What do you think is important for children to learn about traditional products, or why do you think it's important?
When I was a child, I learned history with many books because my mother and father was busy, so they couldn't take me to historic places. So I learned history at home with many books. I saw pictures and read things about our history, about my country with a book. So, and I was thanks to that in school, I was always good at history exam. So I think that book is a good tool to learn history for children.
Okay, yeah, let's call it a day. It's enough for part 3. Okay, score-wise, I would say you're between a 5.5 and a 6.
Yeah,
So personally, I would give you a 6.
I thank you.
I think there are a few things that I'll quickly go over with you, places where you could improve perhaps to get an even higher score.
I see. Thank you.
I think in general your grammar is pretty good.
Yeah.
You don't make too many grammar mistakes, so that's definitely a positive thing. Here and there's a few issues with articles and such. For example, you would say surrendered by, where we would rather say Korea surrendered to Japan. It's small things like that. Sometimes you forget to say like for man, or we could rather say for a man when you design the hanbok.
Yeah.
You made it, or you designed one for a man.
Yeah.
Or you can say red with a black cat. They're small issues. But if you could improve on those little things, you could get maybe a 6.5.
I see.
There was one question that you misunderstood slightly. It was the question about an unforgettable scenery.
Yeah.
So the context of this question is more referring to like a landscape, a natural place. For example, if you've been to like Jeju and you went to the top of Halasan Mountain and you remember the view from there, I think the question is more asking about an actual scene that you saw. I understand the dream was something unforgettable, that
Yeah.
there is a relation, but I don't think it's exactly what the question is asking of you. So that might pull your score down a little bit, depending on how strict the examiner wants to be. Another thing that could potentially count against you is your pronunciation.
My pronunciation
Yeah.
matters.
It does matter in the IELTS test. There were here or there a few cases where I had to listen very carefully to what word you meant. For example, when you said Shilim is very gray or gray.
Yeah, grayish. That's why I want to.
Yeah, like somebody who's maybe not that familiar with strong accents might not know exactly what you mean by that. Like I could pick up you're talking about it's a gray city or it's a gray place. There's not a lot of color,
Yeah.
but somebody who hears you say like gray sea, they're not going to get that. They might struggle with a word like that. You also used the word boast.
Yeah.
The way you pronounced it, somebody might not get it the first time. But I could understand what you meant.
Yeah.
And that's also funny enough, even though your pronunciation was a negative, that was a very good piece of vocab to use. You use a lot.
Vocabulary to use.
Yeah, you use a lot of good words, a lot of good vocabulary, a bit higher level vocabulary. So that actually counts in your favor. So if you can work on a few little grammar errors and your pronunciation, you can actually raise your score by quite a fair bit.
Thank you for your.
Yeah, another thing, your sentences are more on the basic side, but I think in part 3 you started to use more complex sentences to explain your points. So I think that's something that you can maybe improve on a little bit, but you're showing like a good level at the moment. I think you have a strong base to further improve from.
Thank you.
Are there any questions that you maybe have?
Yeah.
So go for it.
No more question to ask you.
Okay,
Yeah.
no questions. Yeah, so just to summarize, if you can fix up a few grammar issues like articles and such, pronunciation can be improved a little bit. I think those would be the main things for you to focus on. I think everything else is a nice and solid base for you to work from. So only big tip that I can give you is maybe to try and have conversation in English.
Conversation in English?
Yeah, like that is a huge help in terms of basically just improving all of your skills. But otherwise, yeah, decent job. Well done. Thank
Good to
you.
hear that.
Thank you so much.